Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. It's day one of our ride here in the Netherlands, and today we're heading off to a little town called Leiden, where we'll be collecting our bicycles from Neil Kemp, who runs a company called E-Bike Mechanica. These are not mountain bikes, they're called step-throughs, so it's a little bit of a city bike, a little bit of a touring bike, that kind of a thing. We've spent 3 nights here in Amsterdam now, having the most amazing time. It really is quite a fabulous city. And off we go. The start of our ride to Woerden, about 40 kilometers, shouldn't be too bad. Good morning. It's day 2 of our ride from Amsterdam to Bruges. What a day it was. Did a shortish ride. It was 48 kilometers from Amsterdam. We spent the night here at a little town called Woerden on the banks of the Amstel River, or near the Amstel River. What a fabulous ride it was yesterday, riding through the countryside, little pathways, tracks, gorgeous riding. The views over the river were spectacular, and this old diesel boat came past. It looked like an old tugboat. We filmed it. Interestingly enough, the guys were filming us filming it. Today we set off for Gouda, or is it Gouda? I'm not too sure which is the correct pronunciation. And not very long, 39 k's, and we'll be leaving late morning, I would imagine, and then making the trip across there. We'll chat to you again on the morrow. Have a good one. Good morning. It's day 3 of our ride from Amsterdam to Bruges, and yesterday we left the little town of Woerden and we rode across to Gouda. We arrived to rain. It's still raining, so this is going to be a fairly brief one. Had a lovely ride, stopping off at a gorgeous little chocolatier in a place called Oderwater for cappuccinos and some stroopwafel. We pedaled on our little Evade e-bikes, stopping off in a grove next to a canal where we munched on contraband that we lifted from the breakfast yesterday morning. So today, what's happening? We're off to Papendrecht. It's either going to be about a 47k ride or a 63k ride, depending on which route we take. And we're going to make that call when we're out there. Hopefully the rain clears up, it's supposed to, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hi guys, we're in Papendrecht today. Arrived last night after a lovely ride, shortish ride. I think it was about, I don't know, 35 k's from Gouda. As always, lovely out riding in the Netherlands countryside. We stopped off for quite a while at a collection of windmills. There are 19 of them, and I forget the name of the place right now, but I'll just put a note up here. We had our first ferry crossing, and this one was just a couple of 100 meters, but still quite fun as we boarded the ferry and crossed over the river. Today, a big one, as we head to Willemstad. It looks like it's going to be about 65 kilometers, and looking forward to getting out there and doing some riding. Yesterday we rode from a little place called Papendrecht, which was a basic little city, just a little town. Very nice and all that, but we crossed over the river there to Utrecht and rode around the old town. Well, now that was fabulous. Old quays, old boats, steamers and sailboats, and modern ones as well. But we rode around the town having an absolute blast. It really was simply gorgeous. And then we took a rather long 66-kilometer ride to get here to Willemstad. Last night we again went to the supermarket, bought our usual Kip Caesar, a couple of beers, and sat on a bench overlooking the main waterway. Today we're off to Zurich, which is about a 44-kilometer ride, not too bad today, and then we've got another couple of long ones before we get to Bruges. Good morning, guys. We find ourselves in the little harbour town of Zurich. Gorgeous little spot. So yesterday was a bit of an odd one. We'd done a big 66k ride, and I think Pat had got herself a little bit dehydrated and was not feeling all that great. And so we decided to skip the ride. The Dutch bike tours, who are doing the land arrangements, took the bikes to the next stop with our luggage. So Pat and I caught a series of buses from Papendrecht to Zurich. Now, the kindness that we were shown by so many people yesterday was just unbelievable. Mainly the bus drivers and conductors. Pat this morning is on top of the world, and so we've got a fairly short ride today. Zurich, what a fabulous little place. The sunrise happening right now. Guys, that's about it for today. We'll hook up tomorrow morning. Looking forward to pushing on. Alas, it's our second to last ride. We've got a big one before we get to Bruges, but that's the way these things go, I guess. Good morning. Today is a bit grey and cold and windy, and it's our final leg to Bruges on this ride from Amsterdam. The ride yesterday was uneventful. It was interesting. We rode along the top of a dike for many kilometers, and just prior to that, crossing a bridge, again many kilometers long. It's certainly the longest bridge I've ever been over, with wonderful views of the sea. Today, quite a long leg to Bruges. We've got a long ferry crossing. I think it's about 6 or 7 kilometers, almost in open sea, so it'll be interesting to see how we do on that one. and but looking forward to the ride.
Yes.
The final day.
The final day, the final pull to Bruges.
What do you think?
Yes, sad.
It's the final countdown.
It's the final countdown to Bruges. Hi guys, we're in Bruges, which is actually very sad because it means that we've got to our destination. And what a ride it has been. We've had great experiences, we've stayed in fabulous hotels, we've had good food, we've just had so much fun on this ride, it just isn't true. Yesterday's ride from Middelburg to here was great fun, much laughter and giggling as we navigated some obstacles along the way. The first being that when we looked on Google Earth at the distance between Middelburg and the ferry, it said it was, I think 7 kilometers or something like that, which should have taken us about 25 minutes or whatever. But what we didn't realize was that the route we had in our GPSs was the scenic route. And it was in fact about 12 kilometers. And so we thought we'd allowed enough time to get to the ferry, but well, in the end we had, but wow, the last few kilometers we put the hammer down and we really pedaled in, arriving at the absolute last moment. The very kind lady at the ticket office allowing us onto the ferry, when in fact I suppose we shouldn't have, but... How's that for time?
Couldn't be better.
Yeah. We got this budget. Yeah. After the other one. Yeah.
The bikes have been fabulous, no troubles at all along the way. I'm not too sure that the little evade step-throughs are ideal for your single track or for pootling around the rough back roads of the Karoo, but certainly for the touring riding here, they're fabulous. So that's it guys, that's the trip. We'll play out with some scenes, sights and sounds and scenes that we've recorded here. We'll be in Belgium for 3 or 4 days before heading back to Amsterdam and onwards to South Africa. So thanks for joining us, we really do appreciate it. Do subscribe and hit that little reminder bell because we will be doing more of these videos, some on photography, some on mountain biking. Thanks again for joining us, we'll hook up on the next one. Cheers!